So what does salt have to do with mental health? Today, we're gonna find out. And by the way, I've never done this before. I am on my way to my first ever float tank experience, and I'm a bit apprehensive. You know, I'm typically not a claustrophobic type of person, but the thought of being in a confined space for 60, 90 minutes with zero stimulation, that's a little intimidating, a little scary.
We're doing a 60-minute long float. It's about 10 inches of water, and there's about 1,000 pounds of Epsom salt that's dissolved in the water. So you will float very effortlessly.
People say that everybody can float. I don't believe that I can float.
No, I
am a sinker.
I have people here all the time that'll ask me, like, how much salt? Are you sure? Because I'm a sinker. Like, I will not float. I'm like, I will guarantee you,
okay,
you will float or your money back.
The float spa stuff started 5.5 years ago. We went somewhere else and tried it, and we thought, wow, this is incredible. And then looked around, there was nothing really like what we wanted to offer in the Tampa area, and we just kind of went for it. There was always like a couple motivational factors because we were just looking into different ways to get people into healthy lifestyle, just holistic healing. We were really passionate about just getting people away from opioids and pharmaceuticals, and trying to find people ways to help heal pain and anxiety and things like that with just natural things. So we've been able to help professional athletes come in after suffering concussions and things like that, which has been really cool to just see how many different people come through our doors.
It's like a bean.
Yeah.
Can I call it the float bean?
I always go for space egg, but alright.
Space egg is good too. I like it.
Once you floated for 60 minutes, you are taking 3 breaths per minute. That's how calm the entire system can get and be. We've also had a couple of people come here that have actually experienced COVID, and especially women at a certain age that got COVID 6 or 9 months ago, and they're still experiencing what sounds kind of like an anxiety attack but feels absolutely like a heart attack to them. We have at least 2 of them that I've met here that have come in and done the floating and felt like their nervous system, it relaxes it. And it gives them, they feel relaxed, their system feels relaxed, so they feel rewarded from doing that. So there's no one size fits all. Why it works and how it works is different for every individual. We always say that it is a practice. If you're not already doing mindful things and you're not meditating, you're not stopping and doing these things, then it might take you a couple of times. And sometimes it takes me 5 minutes or 2 minutes. Sometimes it takes me 20 minutes before my mind stops spinning. Because it's every day can be different, and we're all different. So it's good to set your intentions kind of before you float. Because why are we floating? Are you floating because you have back pain? Then you might not necessarily be in the mood for the entire sensory deprivation part today. That's okay. You can float in the morning for clarity throughout your day. You can float in the evening and sleep like a baby. Float for energy, float for relaxation. It's such an amazing toolbox for you to just kind of access what you need today. Once you've showered, you're all ready to go. You're gonna come over here, get inside. You'll pull this lever here, and you'll enclose yourself. And it's very light. So at the end of your session, during, for any reason, if you want to open it, you just lift it, you just press it, kind of just takes care of that itself.
Let me try that myself, just in case, just a second. Let me see. Alright, yes, that opens easy, I'm good. Okay. So salt, especially magnesium salts, these are salts that are used in baths and even people at home, right? They take these salt baths, and why do they do that? They do that because as the salt dissolves in the bath water or in the water in general, your body will absorb that. It relaxes your mental state, and typically people sleep better when that happens. Also, if you use enough of this stuff, the water gets so dense that it helps you actually float to the top, which is one of the things that I'm afraid of. Which one of the things that I've never been able to do is actually float on water. I'm just a sinker. Or maybe I'm just full of other stuff. That's for another episode though.
Any questions?
I'm ready to go.
Yeah?
We'll see. Being in the room with the tub, when you start to think about, hey, this whole thing is going to be shut down on me, I got a little anxious, am I gonna be claustrophobic in there? Went in, got naked, took the shower, cleaned my whole body up. All right, I'm float tank ready. Here we go. It actually feels pretty warm in here, in a good way. And we are going under. There we go. You guys. Hey, you enjoying this video? Make sure you like, comment, and share it so we can get this message out to more people. So in 2016, I had an amazing opportunity to be one of the Olympic doctors, chiropractors for the USA wrestling team. And in that opportunity, we were able to be behind the scenes at the USA Olympic facilities, the wrestling facilities, and the training grounds. And we got to interact with a lot of the athletes. And you see nowadays athletes like Simone Biles and Naomi Osaka, and the stress that these athletes are under. And I get that. I've seen that firsthand. These athletes are constantly on a go basis, no matter whether it's Olympic time or after when they're training. Our lives are the same way. Maybe we're not Olympic athletes, but we're constantly going, right? It's getting up early in the morning, getting the kids ready to go to school. After they're in school, then we have to go to our job and take care of the day there. And after school, there's meals. And I mean, it's just go. Our nervous system ends up getting stuck in sympathetic mode. What's that? Your sympathetic system is the system in your body that tells you to go and fly and fight when something stressful is coming, right? If I have a lion that runs into this room, my sympathetics better turn on and I should be running away from that lion. The problem is that in our society and our body, it doesn't know whether it's stress from a lion, stress from an email, a text message that your kids just broke their arm. Your body doesn't realize where the stress is coming from. It just knows it's stress. So you get stuck in this sympathetic flight, fight, and go response, and it's very difficult for your body to flip back over to the other side, which is your parasympathetic nervous system. That is your rest, digest. That's your healing response. And when we get stuck in this sympathetic response, we're not healing, we're always on the go, and eventually that starts to create patterns in our nervous system where it can create anxieties. It can create depression. It can create things like OCD types of disorders because your brain chemistry literally gets out of whack. It gets faltered and stuck with the sympathetic go response. And that's why I want to try the float tank experience today. I think this is one of those tools or trends out there that can be very beneficial to that relaxation, to getting your body to go from that sympathetic stress response to really kick over into that parasympathetic rest, heal, and digest response. That was zany is the word I can use. No, I enjoyed it. I think it's pretty baller what happens in there. The first 15 minutes or so, I was just trying to get myself oriented or relaxed. Overall, though, that was an amazing experience. But after the first, I think 15 minutes or so, it was literally like, I don't know, almost like in space. Like I felt my joints decompressing some. I didn't know if I was up or down or kind of just like where I was in space, and just, it was zany. I just feel floaty. Like mentally, I feel floaty, clear, like I'm able to, I don't know, process things. I'm able to go work. Let's go get some things done now. That was awesome.
Yeah?
Thank you. Yes, it was good. It was. I just thinking in there, and first of all, I should listen better. At the end, I didn't know if I was supposed to like turn the music off or on, or if you were coming to get me. I had no clue because I didn't listen.
But you're fine.
But it was awesome.
Yeah?
The way I explained that it was kind of zany. Like I'm in there and you're just like in a trance and you have no clue you just said the water. Like you're not gonna know where the water begins and ends, and in the try you're like, I don't really know, and it was awesome. I'm a floater. One of the things that I loved about it when I came out of the float tank was I literally felt like I could make better decisions. I was clear and more focused on what needed to get done. Other benefits from the float tank, especially for myself, as I was laying on the tank that morning, I had done a pretty extensive workout, and I just felt my spine was compressed. And I was laying there and floating on the tank. Literally, as my muscles relaxed, my postural muscles, I felt my spinal column just decompressing itself, kind of opening up. And as a chiropractor, I know that when you decompress the spine, you open up those nerve channels, your body starts to function better. For me, that was a side benefit, something I wasn't even thinking about would happen during that experience. I would absolutely do the float tank again. And actually, it will be one of the things that I incorporate into my life, because I am such a driven, going after it person. I love serving, so I always have the ability to be doing something. This was a great experience for myself. For me, not to be about other people, but really to take just a little bit of time to center myself, to calm my mind, so that I could be more fruitful when I'm doing those other things. And I've convinced my wife, that didn't want to do this, to go in and go back and do it with me. So that's gonna be cool. So one of my favorite ways to stay active is involving involving my kids in the activities that I love to do. So I love biking, and as you can see, I'm on the bike, and this little one here loves going on a bike ride. So anytime she says, "Hey, can I ride the bike with you?" How can I say no to that? Yeah. You want to say hi?
Yeah, hi.
So a great way to stay active is, like I said, just involving your kids in the activities that you already love. Get them to love being outside, being active, staying healthy, and that's my tip.